about how we only give half answers. It sparked something in me. I was wondering if you would be open to just elaborating on that a little bit more. Why is it that we only give ourselves half
Well, I mean,
answers?
what's the question? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. But what's the question?
Well, I listened to I purchased one of your direct podcasts about a week ago about how the mind lies. And I've listened to it quite a lot in the last week, and lots of different things.
Well, here the reason, there's a lot of posing going on in the world, right?
Right.
And so, and none of this is like, as always, nothing is wrong, but I don't like fake. I don't like artificial. It's nonsensical. I don't care who you are, how high you are, low you are, sideways you are. There's honesty and straightforwardness and this. There's everything is like showmanship. I'm in the trading business, but I don't really care about money. That's BS. I mean, that's just not. You wouldn't have chosen trading then, right? Now, so like I respect the fact, like everything. If you're good at anything, there's absolutely an element of art in there. Okay? So that's it. And the better you are at it, the much more it's art than science. But there are hard, X's and O's. There are X's and O's, definitely. But X's and O's are nothing close to everything, because then you can just give everybody the X's and O's and they all become great. And that isn't the case. So, so this, like, I'm satisfied, and even though I'm in trading, I just, I don't, like, no one gives the whole story, and they don't have to give the whole story. And I'm not asking them to give the whole story. But if I'm asked a question and I sense an incomplete answer, then, all over the web, see people saying, like, I'm a, what is it? I'm an investor, or I'm a, and they're broke. I mean, it's just nonsense. Okay?
Right. I'm
and
sorry.
I have no problem. I have no problem with anyone being broke. None. I respect a person who is poor, middle class, or rich. I don't care. But everything is like, look at me, I'm something I'm not. And so I tend to have a keen eye for those things, and people don't like to talk directly, and not that they should, not that they, whatever. I'm just talking about what happens, without any kind of judgment as to they should talk directly or they shouldn't. It doesn't matter. It just, they don't. So if you're an investor, if you're a trader, literally, no pun intended, the very currency is money. That's what it is, right?
Right.
I agree. If you're a painter, yes, the currency isn't money. I don't care if you don't sell a single painting for all your life. And many of the great painters, of old, did not, and they starved, but they were works of art. And so if you're a painter, if you're a writer, your metric isn't money. And while you may want to, absolutely, just to survive, and that's great. But the field that you chose, its metric isn't money. Its metric is the purity of the art. Its metric is the quality of the art. Its metric is the magnificence of the art that is created. If it makes money, fine. If it doesn't, it's fine. But if you choose trading, if you choose investing, then you are judged by money. How good were your trades? Were you successful or not? How successful were your investments? Now you can make 100 investments and only 2 of them be successful. That's fine. That's how it usually works, anyways. But you've made a lot of money because that's what it is. So, like, I don't. No one likes to say that because it doesn't sound nice, right? I don't like sound nice. It is what it is.
Right. And I completely agree with you on this. Sorry, I think my question, I had perceived the context a little bit differently. I agreed with you on all of that. I think if somebody's trading, that's obvious. I mean, every task has a metric and you can just benchmark it against that metric. That's fine. What I was more thinking about, what it prompted in me, I guess, was this question about like, I think I see myself sometimes only saying half the truth to myself. And why am I doing that? I guess it's the same. It just struck me as, that's a similar behavior as what I'm doing to myself. And
Well,
I
truth
guess,
is not. I mean, truth is a it's kind of like eating fire for breakfast. I mean, it's not. I'm not even going to call it a learned behavior because it never even gets learned. It's just too much. So truth is not where anyone goes because it's for various reasons. I mean, it's too direct. Um, it's too in your face. It's too hot and fiery and uh, dangerous and uncomfortable and by the way, this doesn't mean truth that you tell someone else something bad about them because you're speaking the truth. I mean, that's nonsense. That has nothing. It's between you and yourself, right? I mean, just truthful to yourself. That it that's not that isn't the environment in which a human being is born, is raised, lives, functions. And so, if something is not an environment in which a human being has lived their whole life, why would they tell the whole story? Why would they not lie to themselves? Um, why would they not play these games? Everyone's playing games, but why would they not play those games when that's all you've ever known? And everyone that you know, that's all they've ever known. You've never seen anything else.
yeah. And, I listen a lot to not just the things that you've said, but also things like the Tao and how there's this, you to create the environment to immerse yourself or I guess cultivate more opportunity to be exposed to the truth so that you can, you know, um, it's not even a comfort thing. I guess it's just like change your environment with therefore
It's
opening
all
the
about exposure. It's all about
right.
exposure, right? What you
And
expose yourself most to, that's what gets into you.
I find myself when I do that, I like over the years, I have been able to do that like a little bit more. But then I hit this like point of almost feeling sick, like physically sick, when I think about, I'm going to listen to something else, or I'm going to read that thing again, or I'm going to sit here and tell myself that truth that I know about myself. I find this like sense of like almost feeling physically ill at the thought of doing that. And I guess I just wondered if like that's something that you could speak to, or if that's something that you've experienced as well. Like, is this, I mean, I don't know. It's difficult for me to articulate the question because it's like a physical feeling that I'm trying to describe.
I don't really have much more to say.
Okay.